It's saying we're live on one end. I'm waiting. It says we're live on this end, but it's not showing up on the other one yet. Here we go. We're here.
Okay, there we go. Major technical difficulties, everybody.
Yep. Got some strange things afoot.
Yeah, if I bleep out, it'll keep going, and then I'll be back. So I don't know what's going on with it.
All right. We can get some folks in here after they get their notifications, hopefully.
Yeah, it just sent them. I don't know what's taking it so long.
We got some storms out here where we're at.
You see, it's not even letting me highlight the comments. I don't know what's going on here. There it goes.
Yeah. I think you've got VAG on your end.
Yeah, I think it is. It's letting me control it, but my screen, for some reason, is all botched out.
Okay.
Let me try something right quick. I'm going to mute myself, and then I'll be right back.
All right. Good deal. Well, folks, we got all kinds of good stuff tonight to talk about, ranging from, shots being fired at the mall last week. We didn't get to cover because of some issues, but we're going to try and cover that. Go ahead.
Unplug the internet modem and then plug it back up.
That fix it? Hey, Kat, good evening. Good to see you. Good evening, Patriot Nation. Mama D, if you're still in here, good evening. We're having a few technical difficulties. Just bear with us. We're trying to get all the kinks worked out so we're not buggy tonight where we're trying to raise hell and take names. Has anybody heard anything else about, I guess, Joe Manchin possibly running as an independent? I don't know if he's decided to yet, but that was the latest thing I heard. And if that happens, that could split the Democratic vote considerably. Nothing against Joe Manchin, and not trying to sound like a hard ass. But what's up, Highlander? But him going into the game at 75 years old, that could be an issue too. I just don't see him being a viable candidate. I like Joe Manchin somewhat, a hell of a lot better than what's in there right now. But I just don't know. But yes, there was some discussion of him possibly running as an independent, which would be interesting. Vanguard should be back. He had to reboot a few things to see if he could get rid of the issues on his end. So just bear with me, uglying up the place till he gets back. We'll keep things rolling. But yeah, he looks like he might run. I know one of the Kennedys, they're running. I just don't see how Mandarin Joe feels that he's going to get reelected with his own party turning on him. It'll be interesting to see. I would like to see the Democrats having the same infighting amongst themselves going into the election between different candidates, just like we're going to have with the Republicans, because they'll tie up their resources. And that's a good thing. Let them burn through some of that campaign money. Let them get nasty with each other. That's what we want. Because God knows they seem to have endless coffers when it comes to this. I don't remember if there's anybody else running the Democratic ticket or not. Those are the three that stick out. But I know that Mandarin Joe's already said that he's running for re-election, which is ridiculous. And I just don't think that's who the DNC wants in there. All right. We'll see if I can pull up some more information here. Okay. I know all of you have been paying attention to this whole Texas shooting that happened last week, on May 6th. You made it back, brother?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get this thing straightened out here.
Okay.
I had to reboot all the servers and all kinds of crap.
That's fine. You do what you got to do.
Let's see if I can get that scroll bar working. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh.
More problems?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, you're good. You're 5x5. I'm sitting here looking up stuff on that idiot gunman from Dallas last week. Well, it's actually been a little bit over a week, I guess. You know, the thing that amazes me, this shooter, they're trying to say that he was involved in white supremacy and these different things, and that on his face is ridiculous. Whether he had tattoos on him or whatever, it doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. I don't know. I guess I just don't trust what we're seeing. And they're trying to say, you know, that tie different things into the tattoos on him, like he has he had a tattoo on his hand. I want to say it was of I gotta go back and look now. I don't have the file in front of me.
Wasn't it like the Texas symbol with like a D or some shit or some sort of leaf on it?
Yeah, what it was a symbol. The gangs use them. I'm trying to find it. It was a symbol for an actual, I want to say like a school or something, like a college. If I can find the picture of his hand, I don't have it. Let me look on my phone here. I might have it. But it's not, they're trying to make it out to something that's not, basically. And from what I'm understanding, the gangs, they're not real original. They just use whatever particular thing they decide to pick as their little, I guess, symbol. It looked like the one he had was a D with like a leaf in it.
Well, that's the Dallas symbol, ain't it?
Yes. Yes. It's the city of Dallas. It's the logo of the city of Dallas. And it's like, come on, guys. You know, you're really reaching here. And of course, they're trying to say that he may have been a neo-Nazi, which I really don't believe. I've never met a Hispanic person that has ever been a supremacist of any kind. That's just me. I mean, I'm one guy. But that, like I said, on the surface just seems ridiculous. And of course, you know, Biden is going after it, trying to use this as another opportunity to push gun control and everything else. And
imagine that.
yeah, well, I mean, it's a proven fact. You can do all the gun control in the world, and the criminals will still have the guns. And guess what? They will still commit crime.
So this happened in Dallas, correct?
Correct, in a mall.
I'm gonna say this again. This happened in Dallas, correct? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
For those of you that do not know, Dallas is not up to the standard that it used to be.
No.
So yeah, it's pretty much turning into another Chirac. So
yeah. I mean, and the heart goes out to the people that were killed and injured by this idiot. It was unnecessary. It was senseless death, absolutely. But again, this isn't about private citizens getting out there committing crimes. These are about gangbangers getting out there committing crimes. There's a vast difference. Law-abiding Americans are not the ones grabbing, their modern sporting rifles and shotguns and semi-automatic pistols and running into the mall and shooting up the damn place. That's not us. That's the thugs.
Right. And I mean, you never hear anything on the news saying, hey, a guy that attended church every Sunday and was a pillar of the community went out and grabbed his AR-15 and went and shot up a gas station. You never hear any shit like that.
Nope.
You always hear either they were a gangbanger or they had a rap sheet that's got as many items on there as they do birthdays, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, the common denominator is a criminal is going to be a criminal. It doesn't matter. And why would you not be a criminal nowadays, right? Because you just get a slap on the wrist and there's no cash bail in a lot of places now.
Well, I think it depends on your ethnicity and possibly what political party you're with. Just saying. But yeah, it's almost like crime is being encouraged. The letter of the law is more like an afterthought now in our society. I've seen so much insanity and anarchy from one end of the spectrum to the other. The past let's go ahead and say the past almost 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Because it all started with Obama's Maximus. Hey, Marines and Army Mom. Good evening.
Evening.
So, if you think about it, it all started with him and what was the shooting in Ferguson? I can't remember his name now. And then the guy in Florida, I can't think of his name either. He was Hispanic and shot the kid. Seen that guy. I can't remember any of these people. I'm getting old.
Well, I mean, let me see something here. There's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things that people are forgetting about. I'm gonna put a picture up here and see if y'all remember this guy. We're gonna play trivia right quick.
There you go.
Put this ass hat up there. Well, my computer ain't liking that. Yeah, you're right, Kat. I mean, your law-abiding citizens are the ones that's getting nailed to the cross on situations.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, this all goes right into what we were talking about earlier before we came on about that former Marine sergeant on the subway. And, look at him. He wasn't trying to hurt anybody. He was trying to subdue somebody because the damn police, transit police, or whoever they were damn trying to get a hold of, were MIA. And so he was trying to subdue this career fucktard who had a Michael Jackson fetish, I'd like to point out, and was trying to subdue him. He wasn't trying to kill this guy. He was trying to protect people. And he's a criminal. You're going to bring his ass up on manslaughter. Are you shitting me? And I think they were trying to get him for something else, too. It wasn't just manslaughter. Do you remember what the other charge was, Vanguard?
I don't.
I know it was manslaughter. Maybe it was just manslaughter, but I thought there was something else they were trying to pop him with. I know the last I heard, they had over $2 million raised for his defense, which I thought was extraordinary, you know. This guy needs the same kind of defense and outcry that Rittenhouse had. Because this guy, he did nothing wrong. He served his country. He was a student. And he was just minding his own business, and shit goes sideways with the Michael Jackson wannabe. And so he steps up and tries to protect people, and this is what happens. You know? It didn't need to happen. And this is the same idiot prosecutor or DA or whatever that went after Trump. It's Bragg. You know? If that's how law is going to be done in a liberal shithole like New York, every fucking person won 30 IQ points that is a legal citizen ought to pack their shit and move.
So let's go through this whole scenario with the Marine. Okay, and I'm kind of in the dark on the whole situation. So this guy that he choked out
Right.
was a menace, right?
Yeah, big time. Had a rap sheet.
And what was he doing at the time of this event?
From what I understand, and people can correct me, he was on there just being belligerent, throwing trash on people, just jumping around the damn train like he was cracked out, just being an idiot. I mean, and he's, I'm ready to go. I don't care about, you know, just making all these wild statements. And so the Marine and two other passengers subdued him. Now the Marine put him in the chokehold. Just damn. What the hell am I looking at?
Y'all remember that guy, right?
I might. Is that who am I looking at?
Hold on. His first name was Robert. Let me
I know there's been so much idiocy. I know this person, but I just don't know who they are.
He's the one that shot up.
Tank girl.
Man, what was it that he did?
That wasn't the dude that went to the school in Texas, was it? That the cops all went and hid?
I don't. No. Damn, what was it? I cannot even remember his last name.
It's bad when we've got so deep a bench to dig bullshit off of that we can't even keep up with what it is.
He was a mass shooter. Damn, what was his name?
That's what I'm saying. I know he was a mass shooter.
We had a field
You
day.
sure he wasn't the guy at Uvalde?
God, I can't remember his damn name.
Marines and Army mom, you're absolutely right. That he had a criminal record as long as my damn arm had been released not too long ago.
That guy there, I want to say he was the one that shot up the damn 4th of July parade, but I can't remember. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, that's him. Robert
Okay.
Fremont. Robert Cremo.
Okay, now I remember the name.
Let me pull up his actual what he looks like without his pink hair. So he's the one that shot up the one in Highland Park's parade.
Okay. Okay.
He killed 17, killed 7 people, and 48 were injured and wounded by bullets.
Okay, but here's my thing. If you see somebody that's got pink hair, looks like they're straight out of a Japanese cartoon, bunch of piercings, and it looks like they're confused about whatever fashion choices they're using, as well as whether they've got indoor or outdoor plumbing, they've got a fucking mental issue. Let's just be straight up.
Here's the thing. You know, that happened July 4th, 2022. You know, they hadn't even started his trial yet.
No, because it doesn't fit a narrative, brother. Doesn't fit a narrative.
I think they got his trial set to start in like September of this year.
I don't understand why you need a trial.
I don't understand why he left the scene, but that's just me.
I mean,
38 cents would have saved millions. Just saying.
You're going high dollar candy.
Hey, 45, remember?
Okay, well, fair enough. I mean, I'm cool with just, popping Achilles and throwing him in a swamp.
Well,
let the bugs and the gators get him.
Oh, you talking about Okefenokee Joe Swamp?
We can make that shit happen.
There's definitely gators there.
That's what I'm saying, brother. Let him deal with that shit. I got zero remorse for people that do shit. You fuck around, you hurt innocent civilians, especially children. Yeah, you just rolled snake eyes with my ass. Period. I have no respect for you. Kids are off limits. You fuck with a kid, yeah, somebody needs to go Judge Dredd on your ass.
That's what we need, street judges.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I volunteer right now. I'll take an online course for law. I'll get a degree in law, a 90-day course online. Apparently that's all you need nowadays.
Hell, you don't even got to be American.
There is that.
English can be your fourth language.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm down with that. I think we can make a difference. You can say what you want, but there's some cases where I think we need to be a little bit firmer on the tiller than what we've been. That's why you've got all this chaotic behavior it's ramping up. It's not going to get better until you start putting boot to ass. I mean, think about this, folks. 20 years ago, did you ever hear about any crowds of fucktards going and blocking an interstate on foot? No. I was always taught you don't play marbles in the fucking street. But this new batch, they think they can all march out there and just stop traffic. Well, that's because that shit's been encouraged and allowed. No other fucking country in the world would tolerate this kind of dumb shit. Infernal Joe, you were spot on, brother. I'd be cool with an island. Let's do it. It needs to be like that one out of damn Jurassic Park, though, with a fucking volcano on it. But yeah, let's put them on an island. Let them eat themselves. Instead of letting them run our streets and terrorize the damn law-abiding citizens we got. I mean, this shit's getting out of hand. And And I don't have a lot of faith in law enforcement because I think their hands are tied. Palmetto Alcatraz is available, but the problem with Alcatraz is I don't want to visit it. And I don't want them uglying it up. I'm still cool putting them on an island. There's got to be somewhere that's, no running water, no plumbing.
Damn.
What?
Patriot Nation. Jeez.
Yep, he's spot on. That fucking facts, dropping truth. Dropping truth. Did you see where another beer company is trying to go woke? I think it's Miller Lite.
Oh, fuck.
Yes,
For real?
sir. Yes, sir. Go check it out. Apparently, they didn't get the memo from Bud Light. Hell, I was sitting in a gas station the other day, and I looked over as I was getting a bite to eat, and I was going to go pay for it and everything. I got fuel, and there's a dude standing there with his 12-pack of Bud Light, and I started to walk up and slap him. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Do you live under a rock? You're not wearing any rainbow shit or anything, so I figured you might have some sense, but what the fuck? He's just sitting there with honey, had his 12-pack of Bud Light, getting ready to go up there and pay for it. I just shaking my head.
Man, I've become so anti-woke. Let me tell you this. So, I was gonna pick up a bag of Funyuns, right? And I grabbed them, and I seen this rainbow on the top of it, right? So automatically, my mind's like, "Oh hell no!" Right? But I looked a little further, and it had the sun at the end of it, and it said "Fun Day, Summer Days, Funyun Days" or something like that. And I was like, "Okay, I can dig that."
Okay.
But I was like, "Oh, close one."
Yeah, you thought you were going to pitch the Funyuns. That wouldn't have been pleasant.
Man, I already throw down the damn Cheez-Its, man. This is some bullshit.
That's what I'm saying. I'm running out of snacks. So, but yeah, Miller Lite, they've taken the woke pill. And of course, Bud Light, and what was that? It wasn't Heineken. Was it Guinness? It was somebody had the one with the cross-dressing grandfather. It's one of the European beers.
Well,
but
that's kind of normal, but
well, maybe, but still, it shouldn't have a cross-dressing grandfather teaching his grandson.
Well, all I can tell everybody is I don't think Pabst Blue Ribbon will ever go either one of those ways. But,
I don't think Schlitz will either.
Well, see, Pabst Blue Ribbon, they don't even put out commercials. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Hell, that company was for sale for $50 million about 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could buy it all out, lock, stock, and barrel, $51 million.
Okay. Well,
maybe I'll tweet Elon Musk on that one.
Speaking of Elon, did you see who he's putting in charge to run Twitter?
I did not.
He's going to step back from Twitter, and I want to say he hired the chick, was it NBC? Hold on, before I drop the wrong information here. Let's see. It's a female, Linda Yaccarino. And where did she come from?
Well, Cat's saying that he hired a woke CEO.
That's what I'm saying. She came, I'm trying to see where she came from.
Probably
yeah. Yeah. And it's like, why? Yeah, she came from NBC Universal.
Wow.
And everybody's saying, dude, why did you do that? Yes, and World Economic Forum. That's correct. she's got ties to that. See, there's a lot of shady things involved, and that worries me.
Yeah, but see that when he does things like that, man, it makes me second guess his driving lane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I don't think he's the second coming or anything like that. He's not. He's got his own motivations. Does he have some good ideas? I think, yeah, but I don't think he's in everybody's corner like people think he is. That's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, you may be right. He may be trying to center lane it. You know?
Maybe, but why would you put somebody like that in charge of that platform? Because you know that if she's in charge, she's going to implement the very shit that they implemented elsewhere.
Oh, speaking of center lane, what about Manchin?
Okay, good point. Well, I can't really find a whole lot on that. You're talking about him running as an independent, right? So if he does that, it will fuck up the Democratic vote.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think. Because what it's going, your moderate Democrats are going to follow him, and with Kennedy running too, see, that's going to bring some of the Democrats from over there too. If they make it to any kind of runoff situation where they're all debating against each other, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. Because I don't see how Mandarin Joe can get reelected. I just don't see it. And I keep seeing these things where they're saying he's ahead of Trump by 6 points. And it's like, on what planet?
I'm gonna have to call bullshit on that one because
Yeah.
I just seen an article from it may have been MSNBC. That's one of the reporters on there just straight out said that no matter who Biden runs against, he's not going to win.
Well, I mean, I think the DNC wants to drop him like a hot potato. But, if the Article 25 is in the Article 25 where they were moving,
yeah.
If the Article 25 him, that makes him look bad. But really, that's the only way they can get him out of there, unless they flat out have someone run against him and throw their weight behind them and see if they do that. That makes them look. They're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place. There's no way for them to make this look good unless he steps down willingly. If they can get Biden to say, my health's in decline, I want to go sniff kids' underwear or whatever, eat ice cream, deuces, I'm out. That's the ending they would prefer.
I don't know, unless he's holding out on Hunter to buy Epstein Island. I mean, I don't.
Hell, anything's possible in this day and age. You saw where they yanked the entire damn investigative team off Hunter's case, didn't you?
Yeah, imagine that.
I've never seen such a corrupt investigative arm of the federal government in my life. I used to actually have faith in like the FBI, the NSA, all these other different organizations. And now I'm seeing them being weaponized against the very people they're supposed to serve. Yeah, I don't have much faith in them anymore.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. You got whistleblowers disappearing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
It's almost like somebody took a playbook out of Hillary Clinton's playbook.
Yeah, everybody goes hiking in dress slacks.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's my preferred hiking clothes right there. Dress slacks, maybe a polo.
Yeah, some penny loafers.
Yeah, I mean, great traction going up in ravines. That's the best shit.
Especially with no gear in your vehicle.
Yep. I mean, who needs camo when you've got, khakis and a polo? Right? You don't need rip stop. Just wear that shit. You'll be good. And while you're thinking about it, throw a blazer on. You might get chilly.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be my tire when I was going out, hiking or whatever. I mean, sure. And correct me if I'm wrong, but a bunch of these whistleblowers, these different people, and this goes back, and this is going down the rabbit hole. I know about conspiracies and everything else, but there's been a lot of bizarre deaths, ranging from the people who come up with some of this cryptocurrency to, just different people coming up with stuff, and they're disappearing or they're dying, and it's not like they got killed in the normal way. It's something kind of weird. Have you followed any of that?
Yeah, and man, look, I'm not tinfoil hatting here, but I can assure everybody that's listening, and I'm sure y'all probably already know this, there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that we don't have any damn clue about.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth.
It's always happened. It's always gonna happen.
Yeah. You're right.
Why do you think they didn't release the Kennedy files after the second round?
Exactly.
You remember that? Everybody was so excited. They was like, oh, they got to release them. They got to release them. And then they sealed them back up. Now, that was under Trump's administration.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's our government's done a lot of shady shit. And the bad thing is that anytime you think the government's doing something shady, you're a conspiracy theorist. And
well, they got a pretty bad record of conspiracy theorists turning out to be correct.
Yeah, I saw a shirt the other day and it said, I need new conspiracies because all mine came true.
Well, I mean, facts.
I mean, I could go down a list of what we saw come true, but I don't want to get a strike. So I'm going to shut my mouth. Everybody in chat can figure it out.
So, Speaking of being accurate, y'all may remember that you heard it here first that the Ukrainian-Russian war was going to happen. Remember, we all predicted that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
We predicted it 2 weeks to the date before it started.
Yep.
Now let's go ahead and predict another one. So I don't know if y'all been following it with the North Korean situation. T, I know I kind of hit you up a little bit beforehand coming on here. It's kind of a new development. So North Korea has been known to launch nuclear-capable ballistic missiles at a range of half the distance from North Korea to Japan. That's normally their repertoire of test runs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this last one got sent over Japan and crashed into the Pacific Ocean. So if y'all are not aware of that, it was hundreds of miles past Japan. So what were they bolstering for? They were showing that they had the capability to hit Japan and almost hit Alaska.
Yep.
Now their claim is they can hit the West Coast. That's their claim. All right. So I believe, if I read the article correctly, is what started this was Japan and the United States were doing some military exercises off the coast of North Korea. Kim Jong-un pretty much said, hey, knock the shit off. You know what I'm saying? Just stop, quit.
Yep.
And he made the statement that North Korea is a nuclear-capable country, and it's going to be, so leave it alone, right? So he's throwing his damn balls on the table saying, hey, look here. I've got the shit, and I'm not backing away from it. Do what you got to do. So he wanted them to cease exercises, which they did not do. Then he launched the test missiles, and told them again to stop. And what did the United States do and Japan do? They pretty much upped the exercise amount. So
Yep.
they're peacocking, right? It's pretty much like they're just dancing in front of him, saying, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?" Right? So what are they gonna do if that? Everybody knows that bastard's crazy, right?
Uh-huh.
Him and his psycho sister, which happens to be the head of his military, by the way. Okay. So what are they gonna do if one of them nutbags decide to load some damn nuclear on one of these and strike Japan or the West Coast? I mean, what are they gonna do?
Probably another gross miscalculation with the military, like they did in Afghanistan and various other places. I can kind of see North Korea becoming a proxy, kind of like the Ukraine situation. You understand what I'm saying? Like we get some kind of drawn out conflict with North Korea. While North Korea doesn't necessarily have the assets, they have China to back them up.
Well, South Korea is in on these military exercises too. So that, I mean, I'm not going to, I mean, well, I will say it. I'm just going to just straight out say it. A war with North Korea and South Korea would be like a war between us and Canada. It is a complete unfair advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
I mean, that would be devastating to South Korea. And the thing is, if you go to messing with North Korea, you're definitely going to drag China in the middle of a fight.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Because if y'all remember, all those times that they put sanctions on North Korea, this and that, and just kept on, China still remained in allegiance with them and kept supplying them. Y'all remember that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was during the Trump administration.
Mm-hmm.
So China pretty much was like, fuck you. I mean, they're one of our biggest biggest buyers of goods. Why would we do that? So they just kept on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I don't know, man.
It's definitely a hot spot, and it can boil over very easily.
Well, here's the thing. Think about this. Let's say we were doing military games, right?
Yep.
Everybody's got blanks. You've been told everybody's got blanks, right? When you first go out there, somebody shoots at you with a blank. You're like, oh, shit. Oh, damn. Okay, never mind. It's a blank, right? It's just a test round.
Yep.
Then all of a sudden, the damn live round comes out of it. How would you know the difference?
When you get hit?
When you get hit. So my point being is if he's sending all these damn bogus missiles, right? These nuclear capable missiles, if he hits a wild hair up his ass and decides to load one of them up, how the hell will we know?
You won't. Well, I mean, you may have some ways to detect if it's carrying a payload, but by then you can't, it's not like you can shoot it down over Japan.
Well, what if the target is Japan?
Well, true, but I don't see them attacking Japan. I see them attacking us, like hitting Guam or hitting Hawaii, or they're going to hit something that's going to hurt our capability in the Pacific. You see what I'm saying?
You get what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
And the United States did test, and I told y'all this, out of 100 ballistic missiles or intercontinental missiles that was fired at our defense system, 100, y'all, this is going to be scary. Out of 100, they successfully stopped 3. Let that sink in.
So 3%
success rate.
Yeah, that's pretty. Now, is that firing to the continental United States or detecting what's being launched from North Korea?
I don't know exactly what the launch position was or if it was successful takedowns.
Gotcha. Okay.
I do know it was only 3%. And here's the thing. They knew that the test was going to happen. Y'all with me? So they were at 3% accuracy and success, knowing it was happening.
Well, that says something. Our missile defense right there.
So how successful do you think they're going to be if they don't know, if it's a surprise oh shit moment?
Grab your ankles.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bad.
Yeah, that's bad. That's terrible.
3%. That's unreal. I mean,
That's
if you
scary.
think about it, if that's how shitty it was, think about. Let's say they fire 10 ballistic missiles. Let's just use that term. And they hit. They send 2 to, let's say, Hawaii, 2 to Guam. They might go ahead and fuck with Australia and New Zealand just for good measure because we utilize their military bases as well in ports. So you're guaranteed a hit. If you send 2 missiles, probability says that by the time they're detected, they're already hitting the target. You see what I'm saying? You might disable 1 or 2 here or there, but you're not going to keep them from hitting the target. With that kind of result, you'll be lucky if you take 1 of them down at 3%. Just doing the math.
Okay, so I'm looking at this is an update of it, and I want to put this out so it'll be 100%. Now this doesn't say a certain missile or anything. This is long range missiles. With the GMD program, has a failing test record and a success record of 55% and highly scripted test. That means they knew that it was happening. Okay?
Right.
Including 3 misses in the last 6 tries.
3 misses?
3 misses in the last 6 tries.
So does that mean they used the anti-missile system and missed the target?
Yes.
Well, what the fuck? I mean, that's not reassuring.
All right, so this right here will tell you the U.S. does have an anti-nuclear weapons defense system called the Ground-Based Mid-Course Defense System, which is GMD, which might be able to knock out an incoming North Korean nuclear missile. Might. Okay, I don't know about y'all, but might's grow on a chicken's ass. Okay?
Yeah, I'm not cool with might. That don't work.
That's pretty damn scary.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean,
all right, now I'm going to read this other one. This is defense. This is breaking defense coming from Washington. It says, no U.S. missile defense system. Hold on, damn it. I love when ads pop up. No U.S. defense system has proven capable or being realistic to stop an ICBM threat. How does that make you feel?
Well, okay, so it makes me feel like we're kind of screwed if somebody decides to press a button. And I think of all these billions of dollars we sent to Ukraine for this proxy war with Russia we shouldn't even be involved with. It seems to me that money should be getting spent on global defense or national defense.
Well, here's the thing. After 70 years and $350 billion, that's billion with a B, of investment, no system thus far developed has been shown to be effective against any realistic ICBM threats.
So you mean to tell me that there's no fucking egghead that's working in DARPA that can't come up with a way to stop this shit?
Nope.
I'm going to say somebody just don't want to do it so they can keep getting funding. These are the same motherfuckers that brought you stealth technology, and you're telling me they can't figure out a way to shoot down a fucking missile before it gets here. No.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No. I'm sorry. we would have to still be living in fucking caves and playing with dog shit. No, we're too innovative as a species. No, absolutely not. This is a classic situation. If that's true, Vanguard, and that's the case, you've got somebody sitting back with the ability to do it, and they're sitting on the design because they're wanting to keep getting that damn federal funding to keep spending it other places.
That's pretty damn scary. So
yeah,
here's something else that'll kind of scare you a little bit. So out of that $350 billion, we currently have an arsenal of 44 GMD interceptors. So y'all with me now? So we have 44 systems that's not capable of taking these down. I mean, they're there. The system's there, but they're not capable of taking the ICBMs out.
Wow. That's insane.
That's sad. That's really, really sad.
Well, this goes to show when you gut budgets and put the money in places like, you know, trans awareness and shit like that, and liberal arts instead of putting in national defense, this is what you end up with. You know, we're gonna have bathrooms for 132,000 different genders, but we ain't gonna be able to stop an ICBM. We've got our heart in the right place.
All right, here's another article, and this is from the Boston Globe, right? Pretty representable news outlet, right?
Right.
So it says, after 4 decades, hundreds of billions of dollars, the U.S. defense system is no match for Russian nuclear attack.
Well, the Russians have that new, was it a hypersonic missile or some shit like that? That Putin was announced, some new kind of super fast missile.
Right, but I cannot get over $350 billion. You give some of these people in lower Alabama, lower Georgia, South Carolina, $350,000, and they'll build you some shit they'll put a dome over the United States made out of fucking 2x4s and rough cut lumber. You know what I'm saying?
We'll improvise.
I mean, I don't get it.
I just, you're going to have no, this is manipulation of money. There's no fucking way that there's not technology out there to stop it. None. Zero.
No. So here's what it says at the end of the article. If a nuclear tipped missile were hurtling towards the United States, would we be able to stop it? The answer was maybe if we were very lucky. But some experts warn that the United States missile defense system isn't as reliable as people may think.
I can believe that. Well, they said that with the Russian missiles, that by the time we detected them, they'd be about to impact because they're so fast. And Russia now has developed a way to get them here quicker.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't realize how close Russia is to the United States.
Yeah.
They look at the map the wrong way.
Yeah, they're going to come over the North Pole.
No. The closest point of Russian landmass is only 2.5 miles from United States.
Well, yeah, that's in Alaska, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, what I'm saying is a lot of people don't realize how close, because the map's laid out, right? They don't ever look at it on a globe. They look at it as a laid out map. So those sides on the left, the far left and the far right side, everybody, they connect. We're not flat earthers, right?
Nope.
So you got to think about that. I mean, Alaska's right there. I mean, why do y'all think that Russia wants Alaska back? Because it's damn near joining it. They could literally build a bridge from one to the other.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. You don't realize it, but that's a very true point. Because isn't there an island right there in between the two land masses, and that's like the center point?
Yeah. I read somewhere that there's a school in Alaska or somewhere right there that and transport from homes to the school, that they actually cross into Russian lands or Russian owned lands to be able to get there.
Really?
Yeah, let me matter of fact, let me see if I can pull that up, because I thought it was kind of weird.
Okay.
I was like, what the hell? But let me pull it up.
Live Freedom, you're saying that the drugs are so abundant in Canada that right there in front of the kids. Is that what you mean?
So this is saying that kids in the far north chapter of Alaska,
Yeah.
to get from some of their homes to their school, they have to travel through Russian territory.
No shit.
Yeah, ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
So that gives everybody a little bit of a insight on how close we actually are. Now, y'all keep in mind now that part of Russia is non-usable land, if that makes any sense. It's a wasteland. I think they only use like 13% of Russia for living. It's some crazy number. I don't remember. Let me see.
Well, considering that most of Russia is part of fucking Siberia.
Right.
I mean, you know, what are you gonna do? Wrangle polar bears for a living?
Okay, so 20% of it. It says 80% of Russia's population is in 20% of Russia. So that leaves 80% of it that is not habitable, which is going to be the most northern portion of it.
Okay. Well, that makes sense if you think about it.
Yeah, because 77% of Russia is in Siberia, like you said.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, if you look like Sakhalin Island and all that over there around the China Sea and over in that area towards Alaska, there's virtually nothing, no major metropolitan area or anything in Russia. It's just maybe a settlement here or there. It's nothing like it is over towards Europe.
Right.
Because you can't fucking live there. You know. But yeah. Well, I think we should talk about Article 42.
Yep, being he brought up fentanyl, they go hand in hand.
Yep.
So, you're pretty familiar with Article 42, T?
Somewhat. I know that if I remember correctly, the way Article 42 was set up was for the mass deportation of illegals when they would come up or whatever. If I remember correctly, please correct me if I'm wrong. And Bedshitter Joe let it expire, and so you got all these people. They knew it was expiring, and we've been watching videos for several days of them coming in and basically getting handed little gift bags, for lack of a better fucking term. And seen some really bizarre shit too with all these people coming on these buses and whatnot. I know Mama D pointed out some things a few days ago, like you would have see them coming off the buses from the border. If one batch would have masks and go one way, another batch wouldn't have masks go another. One batch would be given a folded piece of paper, a little bag, and cell phone, all that good shit, at our expense, of course, because those are future Democratic voters. And send on their way, and the other group would go somewhere else. And I know, like me and you were talking about earlier, Vanguard, I've been seeing busloads of Chinese military age males coming across the border. Now, I'm sorry, but I've never seen a Hispanic person that looked like they were Mandarin. So you cannot tell me with a straight face that those are South American immigrants or Central American immigrants. And you're just letting them the fuck in.
OPSEC. That's all it is. They're just, man. All right. If you wanted to infiltrate a place, y'all stick with me now. If you wanted to infiltrate a place, and we've seen it several times, right?
Mm-hmm.
You sneak them in with the masses.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the simplest way to put it. Why? Look, if anybody needed to vacate a country, it's China. It's people from China, right? Because you talking about a communist shithole. I mean, that's where we're headed. Okay. Yep. Now, do I think that's the reason they're coming in? Hell no. I think it's a op situation, honestly.
Yep. Planting the seeds. I mean, think about it. You bring in busloads of these military age males, scatter them all over the fucking country. Well, they ain't getting scattered. They're going where they're assigned. And then they're going to sit up, wait until they're given orders or something pops off. And now all of a sudden you have all this shit happening inside our borders, and it's shit like that.
Yeah, we're not talking about people opening up restaurants here, guys.
No, we're not talking about Chinese takeout.
We're talking about infiltration.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So they're going to come in, they're going to get these gigs at these computer source companies and stuff like that, where they've got unlimited access, right? They're going to ease their way in. I mean, that's the way it is.
Yep.
Are they smarter than us? I'm not going to say they are, but are they more aggressive on getting to the end result? Absolutely. Serious situation, y'all.
They're going to be a problem. And mark my words, if something pops off with China, North Korea, or whatever, we're going to have dumpster fires here in our own borders because of that shit. I mean, we've already had numerous Middle Eastern people on watch lists and whatnot being caught coming across the border. What the hello? They know that it's a easy entry point into the country. And it's not like, I think the breakdown for Border Patrol agents is one agent per 5 miles. Yeah, that's going to be effective. What's he going to do? Yell at them? Hey, stop. One guy per 5 miles. Let's think that through. And these some bitches got all kinds of ways to tunnel under shit and go up and over those damn barriers they built. I mean, and you're letting this shit come into the country. You're weakening our country by letting this happen. And when they pop something off inside our own borders, what are we going to do? What are you going to do if they shut down the grid? What are you going to do if they shut down banking? I mean, our economy is already hanging on by a thread, and you're going to potentially let this come into play, and we'll be screwed. You know? And don't think the fucking federal government's coming to help you, because they're not. If some motherfucker shows up after a disaster in your area, if some government motherfucker shows up in your area riding a damn bunch of deuce and a halves or fucking MRAP or something, says, we're here to help, you better either pack your shit up and leave, or you better dig in and get ready to fight them, because they're getting ready to put you under the boot. They're not there to help you.
No, it's going to be a hostile takeover, hands down.
Absolutely. They couldn't make the Great Reset happen the first time, so they're going to force the Great Reset. That's what they want. In my opinion, I don't want any overlords flagging any bullshit. My opinion. So,
well, so in a nutshell, everybody, Title 42 was it stopping illegal immigrants? No. Was it helping? It's going to be worse not having it than it was having it. I will say that.
mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, we'll talk about fentanyl. That is already a major issue in the United States. And it's sad because it's very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. If I'm not mistaken, it's one of the most potent drugs that is available on the market.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you can accidentally inhale this shit and it kill you.
Yeah.
So an influx of that is about to happen. It's going to get 10 times worse. So if you thought that the cartel had mules coming over already, shit. Hold my beer and watch this.
Did you know that fentanyl is 100 times more potent than morphine?
Yeah.
And 50 times more potent than heroin. So just think about that for a minute. I don't know how many of you have ever had to take morphine before for surgery or whatever. I call it the I don't give a damn drug. But I cannot imagine something 100 times more potent than that. That, I mean, what the fuck? And you're letting this shit be piped in here and given to, Hell no. It's an opioid.
So think about this. So due to the potency, this is on CDC YouTube. So due to the potency, a relatively small amount of fentanyl can be deadly. Just 2 milligrams can cause overdose or death. Yep. 2 milligrams. So to sum that up, if you break that down into a ibuprofen scale of things, we're talking about the amount that's the size of an ink pen ball tip. Y'all with me?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, that's, jeez.
Yeah. That's big time. And, it's mind-boggling. I mean, think about people who get geeked up on that shit. I mean, if it's that fucking potent, how the fuck can you walk?
Well, here's a CDC released this. Over 150 people die each day from overdose of synthetic opioids like fentanyl.
Wow.
150 people a day.
Unreal. But that's the whole opioid crisis we hear about too, Fentanyl is the bad shit now. I mean, It seems to me like fentanyl has become the number one drug coming into the country. You used to hear about coke and different things like that, but fentanyl's the bomb now.
I can't believe they said this. The National Institute of Health says that the most common overdose deaths are a result of illegally obtaining fentanyl. Imagine that.
There you go.
So the people that are prescribed it, right? Those are being listed under accidental overdose. So what they get illegally, that's the ones that's, I don't know. Maybe the dealers should put the little pamphlets in there like you get from Rite Aid or Walgreens, right? Like, do not mix it with this,
Oh. Highlander, you're right. You're absolutely right. Wasn't it fentanyl, though, that George Floyd had?
Whoa, now. He's been sober for years now.
Well, yeah, he's been sober for years, but he's also been a couple other things. But wasn't it fentanyl? Wasn't he on fentanyl when they found him?
Well, he had traces of it in his bloodstream.
Traces. So he only had a tenth of a milligram. Is that what it was?
Yeah. And it wasn't enough to kill him.
Okay. I guess he built up a natural immunity to it, by accidentally ingesting it with the Schlitz he was drinking, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I have my facts straight.
Those gas prices, though. Wow.
Oh, you ain't right. When you sent me that pic, it took me a minute to figure out what I was looking at, and then when I did, I was like, oh, hell no.
Look, those of you that's in the chat, I have a very sick sense of humor. T and Saxman has been privileged of that. It's very, very bad. So here's my quick fix for fentanyl, right? But it'll never happen. Stop making the shit. Genius.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that because
then pharma would go broke, right?
Well, we all know pharma's like the Antichrist nowadays. There's so much corrupt shit going on, in so many places across the spectrum, dude.
You know how to spell kingpin, don't you?
How?
P-H-A-R-M-A. Pharma.
There you go.
Jeez.
Moose, you already know who the patron saint of fentanyl is. It's St. George. Later, live freedom. Peace.
Later, man. All right.
Well, we did good. We've been all over the map, dropped some truth, slung some mud, some rocks.
It's been over a week, so we had to do some catching up.
Yeah. We had to get back on track.
Yeah. But I do encourage everybody to keep an eye on this North Korea thing, man. I mean, that's serious juju right there.
Well, also what people need to think of too, whenever you see shit like this going on, there's other shit going on somewhere else. It's like they're trying to get you to look this way, so you're not looking this way.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your eyes on the banking situation too. I just saw this week where Australia started implementing the personal something score, just like China has, where you have a score, and like if you jaywalk or get a ticket or this, that, or the other, it counts against your social score. And if you get too many strikes, like you can't access money, you can't go to certain stores, different things like that, people really need to be paying attention. This whole banking thing is nothing to ignore. Pay attention to what's going on with the banking. Thank you, Patriot Nation. We try.
Oh Lord, you want to leave them living with some words of wisdom there, brother?
Yeah, I suppose I will. I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Don't let all this negative shit dominate your life. Enjoy the little victories too. Enjoy your family, your loved ones, your friends. Spend time doing something just to escape the insanity around you if you can. Doesn't matter if it's going hiking, taking a boat down, canoe down a river, go fishing, go shoot something. Preferably it's legal. Just do something to get out of that mindset. That being said, keep your head on a swivel, carry always, and don't be a victim.
Absolutely. I'm just going to reiterate what he was saying. Don't let it consume you or take over your life. Right? Keep a hold of what's important, which is and it's always been my same opinion. It's the way I base my life on. Everything is God, family, and friends. Okay, and sometimes that order changes. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm kidding. But anyway, don't let anybody push you around. I know I've been in some situations not too long ago where I had to make decisions that would, in the end, be the best outcome, right? Sometimes things are a little on edge and you may have to adjust and recourse things. If you need to do that, do it. Don't be afraid of change. Okay. Sometimes you have to make changes on your own in order to just come out on the other side a little better, right? So, y'all be safe. Spend time with your family. I know I say that all the time. Please spend time with your family. That's what's important. Keep your eye on the prize. Turn out to be a digital dollar. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, Highlander, at all. I don't know what all. I haven't been following the banks and everything, but I'm sure there's still a vaccine shit show going on.
Mm-hmm.
I know in July that what's it called? Fed Now or whatever the hell it's called, supposed to be coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I see that is just an eagle eye, is all I see it, right? They'll be able to see and determine who's doing what and all that good shit. So you think about that a little bit as well. We'll cover that some more Thursday because I'd like to get into that a little deeper. I did do some more digging since the last time we talked about it. But anyway, y'all be safe. I don't want to ramble on about that. We'll save that for Thursday. If any of y'all's got some topics or you want to come on the show, by all means, let me know. You're always welcome to come on here. Always. I don't mind dropping the link in the chat. Just pop on here. You can do it from your cell phone, laptop, tablet, whatever. It doesn't matter. But anyway, other than that, y'all be safe. Have a good night, and we will see y'all Thursday. Peace out.
Later, y'all. Night, everyone.
Night.
Bye.
It may take me 30 minutes to close this. I don't know. Something's lagging.
It hasn't ended yet.